morning, guys. Sunday morning. It's about 15 below out, man. But it's still early March, you know. But the clocks went ahead last night, so that's cool. You know, I think it should stay that way. I don't think they should go back in the fall. I hope my American friends will get on board with this. You know, it sucks in the wintertime when it gets dark at 4:30 in the afternoon. I hate it. But anyway, a buddy of mine was here a couple days ago, and he just had knee replacement surgery, and he said it's fantastic. I mean, he can do all kinds of things that he couldn't do before. He was in pretty rough shape. He could climb ladders and all kinds of stuff. So it made me think of my dad. You know, about 15 years ago, 18 years ago, something like that. He had skin cancer around one of his eyes, and they had to remove his eyelid. And you can't leave an eye without an eyelid because all kinds of dirt and crap gets back there. So they rebuilt his eyelid with using his foreskin, and it was an incredible success. It looked fantastic. You couldn't even tell the difference, and everything worked as it should. And hey, it was right on. It was only one drawback, the whole thing. He ended up cockeyed. Anyway, lots going on. Like I said, today's Sunday, so tomorrow I'm going to do a little road trip. I'm going to get the material I need for the door panels, cut them out, get the kick panels made up as well, and the visors. I got to get that over to the upholstery shop, and hopefully I can get the speedy sleeve I need for the harmonic balancer, so I can get all that going and start plumbing this thing for cooling, and get it ready for firing up. Today, for the most part, I'm just going to be welding and grinding on the exhaust, and hopefully get that done and back on the truck. So yeah, lots to do, so let's get after it. Oh, and by the way, I've made the decision as to what project is going to be next, and I'll reveal that at the end of the video. So let's get to it. All right, so the driver's side is done, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's all cleaned up all the welds. A lot of welding on this thing, man. A lot of welding, a lot of grinding. But anyway, so I'm going to get the other one off, passenger side, get that one done. Then I can paint them both up and get them back on the truck and call it done. So yeah, all good. So look at that. 7:30, well, 20 after 7, still light outside. I like it. Anyway, finally finished up these two sections of exhaust. I'm going to give it 2 coats on one side right now, and when it's dry, I'll flip it over, get 2 coats on the other, and it's good to go back on the truck. So yeah, right on. Finally. Yeah, so this stuff dries pretty quick. There's 2 coats on there. So I think it looks pretty good, you know. It dries flat. Yeah. So getting on around 8 o'clock there. It's getting past my beer time. So tomorrow morning, first thing I got to do is get out to the lumber yard, pick up some sort of plywood for the door panels and kick panels. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that done, and when I get back from the lumberyard tomorrow, I'll check back in with you. Hey, good morning. Tuesday morning, beautiful day but cold. I just got back from the lumberyard. You know, I'm a big supporter of supporting local business, but I gotta tell you, sometimes they make it tough. I pull into the lumberyard. I'm the only vehicle in the lot. So I go in the store, I'm the only customer. There's nobody else in there. And this time of day, usually, that's when all your contractors are grabbing their stuff for the day's work. So that's kind of weird that it was that quiet. Anyway, I go all the way to the back. I picked up a couple sheets of plywood for door panels and kick panels. You know, they had a rack there and different stuff. I mean, some of the stuff was $60 a sheet. It's crazy. Anyway, they had a stack of this stuff here. It's poplar, 4x4 sheet, $16.99. Big sign. Everyday low price, $16.99. So I grabbed 2 sheets, go up to the cash. This kid, big kid, like I mean big in every which way, he comes, up behind the cash, scans the barcode, $49. I go, wait a minute, 2 times 17 is 34. So what's the other 15 bucks? Did sales tax go up to 50% or what? He says, no, it's $21 a sheet. I said, the sign says $16.99 and that's what I'm paying. He says, well, I'll have to go check. So off he goes. And this whole thing takes about 15 minutes. He's gone. It's clear on the other end of the store. So I'm looking around. I counted 18 different people working there. In fact, 5 of them asked me if I had been helped. So the guy finally comes back and he's holding the sign, $16.99. He manually changes the price and throws the sign under the counter. He says, you're the last guy that's getting this price. Okay, so I paid for it. And he's looking at me like I'm some kind of criminal, or I tried to scam him or something. Unbelievable, I go, geez, I wonder why the store is empty. So anyhow, this is what I got. It's poplar, it's lightweight, easy to work with, easy to cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and make door panels up, and yeah, might as well just get to it. All right, so the first thing I did was I put the garnish molding on the door, just to, placed it in there. I just taped it on. But I wanted to determine if there was space to go, tuck the panel underneath. There is not, so it's gonna have to be butted up to it. Now, if you look here, there's a ridge. It's raised here. Actually, this panel here is recessed, and that gives you enough room for this mechanism here to move. So you want to come outside of this ridge, so right up to almost the edge of the door. So I've measured it from the garnish molding to this point here where it kicks out, kind of kicks out here. I'm going to leave this bottom panel probably painted. So I'm going to go from the garnish molding to this point here. I measured it at 28.5 inches, and then from outside the door to outside is 32 inches. So I'm going to cut out the panel, and then I'll determine where my holes need to be for the handles. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, and then we'll figure out our handles. All right, so I've already cut the width to 32, and I'm just using jigsaw. It kicks up a lot less dust and stuff. Now I'm cutting against, when I cut the width, I was with the grain. Now I'm cutting against the grain. So I'm going to score it first with a utility knife so it doesn't tear it all up. I haven't worked with wood for quite a while, and I don't miss it. I'm a cabinet maker by trade, so I did tons and tons and tons of woodwork. There we go. See what I mean by tearing it all up? It's all on this side. that shit. This is nice and clean. So we just got to sand the edges a little bit and we're good to go. Okay, so all I'm going to do here is fit it where it goes, pretty much. Take my rubber pallet. And that'll leave 2 marks where I can drill my holes for my handles. That's all there is to it. All right, so the panel fits, you know, side to side, up and down. Handle holes are in the right locations and all that kind of stuff. There's only one problem, and it's a substantial one. There's a pretty serious curve to this door, and this stuff is just too thick. I mean, you know, you're going to be fighting with this all the way. I need something with more give, something a little thinner. On top of that, right now it's flush with the garnish mold. So once it's upholstered, it's going to stick out past. I don't want that either. And because I can't really suck it in tight, can't get the handles on either. Can't get them on deep enough to grab the little pitons there. So yeah, we'll call it a semi-fail. And the reason I say a semi-fail is because I have my pattern. You know, the pattern's cut out, and I can use this to transfer to a more suitable material. I've spent about a half an hour total on this, so not an incredible waste of time. You said my pattern is done. All I have to do now is trace it and cut out of something better. So what I'm thinking for material is maybe a Masonite. My buddy dropped off a chunk for me earlier. This is Masonite hardboard. You can see the give in this. You know, it's pretty flexible. It's not even 1/8 of an inch thick, but it's good smooth surface. And well, let's call it what it is. It's pressed together sawdust and glued under pressure. So I need 2 pieces for the 4x4 Masonite. Looks like a visit to Home Depot's in my near future, maybe tonight. But you know, I've never done upholstery panels before. I don't know. So I figured 1/4 inch would be okay. I was mistaken. So once again, semi-fail. There you go. Here's that same piece of Masonite I just showed you. I just wanted to illustrate this. You know, look how much easier that takes the shape. So yeah, that's the way to go. Masonite. Home Depot, here I come. Damn it, I hate going to that store. So moving on to kick plates. This is the main reason why I drink beer. It's for the template material. That's the only reason. Anyway, so I've cut out the template. That kind of fits. Had to modify it a little bit, so I traced it out. I'm going to cut this out, see how she fits. If it fits good, I'm going to cut a second one out. And on the passenger side, though, there's also going to be a cutout for the heater. So yeah, I'll get this one cut out and fit and show you what I got. Alright, so Masonite is definitely the way to go. I mean, it took me 5 minutes to cut this out. So, you know, you got a good curve here again on this post. So, but this comes in nicely, you know. And I'm just going to fasten this like with a couple of tapping screws, you know, with the finishing washers, and call it done. So, yeah, I'm going to cut out another one of these and for the other side, but I just have to cut out around that heater box. I'm just going to go down and straight across. I'm not going to go in a U shape or anything like that. And yeah, good to go. We'll have the kick panels done. Okay, so they're both cut out, and yeah, right on. that little channel there, there's a weather strip that fits in there. So we're just on the, just on the inside of that channel. That's where you want to be. So yeah, all good. Those are ready to go. So just visors left, and that's it. All right, so I dug out the original visors. I don't think I'm going to be able to save them. I mean, I soaked them in WD-40. They're seized up, being able to tilt down and swing out both ways. I soaked the crap out of it with WD. I have my doubts. This one here is already kind of bent. So I'm thinking for the cost of 2 visors, it might be might be better off to just buy a couple of new ones. I'll let it sit, see what happens. But like I said, I have my doubts. They're pretty crusty. So it is what it is. If I have to order new ones that come with, come in black or whatever it is, I can always get her to recover them in the right color and put them in. So that's that. So I'm gonna clean up all this mess here from the carnage and get rid of this table because it's in my way, and get on to something else. So yeah, there you go. Upholstery panels pretty much done. Really, I only got two kick panels finished, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, so I just got off the old internet. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm saving those visors come hell or high water, man. 150 bucks for a couple of visors. That's American plus shipping. I'm looking at well over 200 bucks, and then I still have to get them recovered. No chance. That's too much. So I don't care if I have to soak these things in WD-40 for a week. I'm getting them freed up and working. So yeah, there's that. What else? Yeah, I'm still waiting on the speedy sleeve for my harmonic balancer. I need that to get the pulleys on and get this thing running. I found one in Toronto. Another case for I'm always trying to support local business. The only place I could find one in town here was a bearing place, industrial, and 75 bucks. It's a $10 part. They're all over eBay for 10 bucks, but eBay, the shipping is 30-40 bucks. It's crazy. And then the exchange, border fees, 70 bucks. So I found one in Toronto on eBay. So I can eliminate a lot of the shipping and the exchange. In Toronto was 12 bucks, taxes and shipping and everything to my door, 25 bucks for the sleeve. So I'm waiting for that to come in. Hopefully they ship it out shortly. So it's well on my way to getting this thing running. What else? Yeah. Once I pick up the Masonite for the door panels, it's going to take me 10-15 minutes to cut out both of them. I've got the pattern. The pattern's good for both doors. So, it won't take long at all. So hopefully I can get them dropped off to the upholstery shop later this week. Depends on when I get out and pick up the material. So there's that. Looking at my my viewers, 60% of them are non-subscribers. So if I could even get 1 out of every 5 to subscribe, it would really make my day, and it would help me out with my self-esteem and mental health. So please subscribe. If you have subscribed already, tell a couple of buddies, help spread the word. I'd appreciate it. And don't be afraid to leave comments down below. I try and respond to each and every one of them. And I can tell guys are looking to start seeing some different stuff here. So the big reveal, what the next project is. Overwhelmingly, the votes were for the 50 Ford, but there's a catch. Several guys, suggested that because the square body is so close to being ready for paint, to get that painted first and then get on the 50 Ford. And I tend to agree. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. I did a ton of body work on that square body, and I'd hate for it to go for a shit because it's sitting outside in the weather. So get it painted, get it protected and done, and then I can you know, whenever I feel like it, I can slap the grill in or some trim or lights or whatever. Um, and but being the main focus would be the big project would be the 50 Ford, and I'll give you a grand tour of the 50 Ford in the next video or so. Show you where I'm at. It's a lot further along than it looks, and it was a whole different concept in that truck. Trying to build something as cheap as possible. So you guys might find that one interesting. And so, you know, after you're done hitting the subscribe button, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.